Hi guys, welcome to your February 2022 reading. Wow, I have been so happy to wrap up January. Good Lord have mercy. So for those of you who have been getting readings from me, personal readings from me, and even those of you who have been tuning in for the free public readings, then you may be aware that January was a very rough month. It's been very rough with all these retrograde energies going on. Um, and yeah, so I personally am very happy to be out of it. But that being said, we're well into the month of February, getting into our second week. So let's see what the energies are going to be like for the entire month of February. And of course, if you're looking for a personal reading or an energy healing session with me, please do feel free to check my Etsy page, okay? Wow. All right, that was quick. Felt like an opportunity that came up quickly and then was gone just like that. But will be replaced by something better is what I'm getting, okay? Already the energies that I'm getting. So let's see. Some of you guys are living in a beautiful cage is what I'm getting. I'm just seeing that energy at the back of this card. It's almost like you're in a cage, but it's gilded. But remember, a cage is still a cage, regardless of whether you've got some dark metal bars because it looks like a prison, or if you have beautiful golden bars, it's still a prison. So be mindful of that as we head into February. All right. Okay. Oh, and one more. Thank you. All right, so I'm seeing, just as I was about to say that, look, karmic clearing. I was about to say I'm seeing a lesson coming, I want to say to its fruition, but there's a lesson that you're either going through or that will be coming up for you. The idea is there's a lesson that's present. Something about this lesson, it feels a little bit like a yo-yo action, and it feels karmic. Obviously, that's what lessons are. It may actually have to do with family. So it's like you experience these karmic energies, these lessons, and it shoots you out, but then it, just as you think you're out, it pulls you back in, and you're still working on things, right? So whatever is going to be happening for you in the month of February, please keep a keen eye out for recurring patterns or recurring themes, especially those that relate back to your family household or your childhood. I do feel that there's always going to be you working on old family stuff, but I definitely see for something in particular relating to old family stuff, old family wounds, old family behavioral patterns, pathologies, I'm seeing about 3 more weeks of that lesson being active, okay? Some of you may already know what it is that I'm referring to. I also see that you are going to be protected during the whole time. And I love what I'm seeing. It's not just, like how the guides say, God bless them. They're always like, you're protected, but you feel absolutely vulnerable. You're still going through the rigors of feeling like you're out there. You're still having pain. You're still not happy, right? But yet they're saying you're protected. And of course you are. In this case, I do feel that not only will you be protected, but you'll actually have an awareness of being protected. And honestly, before you know it, I just got a quick headache for a very quick second, so that's relevant. Before you know it, you're going to slip right out of this old wound or this old thing and into your paradigm shift is what I'm seeing. And I did just get a quick headache for 1 second. For somebody here, you're having way too much salt, is what they're saying. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And you might know who you are. Like, oh God, she saw me. They saw me. Yeah, but also at the same time, you guys may be dealing with something that will be a quick headache, and before you know it, you're going to be done with it. But this thing is going to be something that you will have been working on for a while. Definitely through the month of January. Now, you may actually have been working on this thing and not be aware of it. So long story short, Karma month, okay? February is going to be about finishing up the tail end of a karmic pattern or a karmic release. Yay, karmic release, we love it. And it is going to be the kind of karmic stuff that relates to your old family patterns. So just hang in there, keep going. I'm seeing about 3 more weeks of it. And then, oh, I gotta be honest, I just heard the word purgatory, interesting. But the way they said purgatory, it meant like liminal state, in between state. But what I felt when I said thank God is just like, oh, finally downtime, finally time to release. It's like, okay, I've just finished working on this major karmic pattern and now I can rest for a little bit. I'm just seeing some rest time, much needed rest time, where you're not being tossed to and fro by something or not having constant stimuli coming towards you. It's just being able to rest. And during that rest period, Four of Swords style for my tarot peeps out there, during that rest period, I'm feeling some of you may be detoxing. Some of you may be scaling back. Some of you may be paring down. see these words? Some of you may be refraining from, I do see from family. So some of you may actually be pulling back from family. Yeah, so this is going to be good. I just heard the words brush with death. So for obviously this is not everybody, but so just be mindful. Oh, I hate those kinds of ones because the next thing I think about is, oh Lord, what is coming up? But but that's what I'm hearing, so I'm just reporting it. But remember, the guides did say we'll all be protected. Even this quote unquote brush with death, whatever it is, however it manifests for you, in whatever part of your life it manifests, it even feels like it's going to be quick. It's like it's quick, it happens, and it's like there's something to be culled from it, a little lesson to be culled from it. The soul is just, it's all about experiences. The soul loves to have experiences. The unfortunate thing is that, the soul's concept of a good time is just completely different from your concept and my concept. We're like, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to feel physical pain. I don't want to feel emotional pain. Meanwhile, the soul's like, I want to have these experiences that balance my karma and help me to experience both sides of the coin and this and that. And I'm just like, no, this hurts. You do it. And then you're like, oh yeah, I am you. And then you're like mad all over again. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Notice I cleared all the cards except the one card that did not feature in this reading as yet. It's the spiritual service card. And many of you who have been following me for a while, as you know, even my pre-Instagram days, like back when I was in Japan with YouTube and stuff, you know that my primary specialty is working with people who have spiritual service. So if you ever feel compelled to reach out to me or just whatever, yes, you may really be reaching out because you have relationship issues or you want to find out about some things, but this is usually not too far behind for you, and there's usually some type of contract that I'll be telling you about at some point soon. So let's talk about that, because I do feel some energies coming up there. In the month of February, thank you, Spirit, I do feel that some of you will be opening up to some higher abilities, higher powers, so to speak. Now, how that's going to manifest for you guys is going to be different, right? It's going to be different for each of you. So they're asking me to do a pick a card. So let's do a little pick a card as it relates to this spiritual service card here. I'm going to do 4 cards. Whoa, okay. So let's take a moment. And as you guys know, with pick a cards, okay, this is for me. I'm scared. I don't know what that is, but one's for me. As with pick a cards, all you do is you select the card that speaks to you the most, that speaks to you in whatever way it speaks to you. Maybe you just feel drawn to it. Now, can you be drawn to more than one card? Of course you can. And in that case, I would keep an eye on which, the different degrees to which you're drawn to the cards, and then watch them in that order, right? It just means that your energy encompasses more than one card. All right, so let's see. Here's card number 1, card number 2. Card number 3. Spelled entrepreneurial for whatever reason. And card number 4. All right, so just a quick recap. We have 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're just asking me to do a quick pick a card in the middle of this monthly reading. So go ahead and choose one. I chose one for myself. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds. Or choose as many as you'd like. Alrighties. Now underneath the deck is for, all of us in a sense. Let's take a look at that card. Let me just see what let me show you guys as well. Just getting a TV energy here. But this is the card that is underlying for everyone. Let me take a quick look. Interesting. So for the month of February, when it comes to this lovely spiritual service card, it looks like they're going to be, it's not going to be wins and losses. No, it looks like we're all going to be going through points of celebration and points of, things that make you go, It's one of those things. I'll think about that. It's not losses, right? You're gonna, it's just like, okay, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted, and I'm just seeing a screwdriver for some reason. That didn't work out the way I wanted. What can I learn from that? It's a mixture of a little bit of cut your losses, accept what is, and really, think for yourself is what I'm getting as well. Look at this card following up after it. They're saying think for yourself. You're going to, some of you may have some pressure. We may all have some pressure in this month to conform in some way, but I don't think that you're necessarily going to get trapped in that. This is going to be a month where you really just have to, I'm hearing call in all favors for some of you, call in a lot of favors. Just call it all in as needed, but think for yourself, okay? So let's go ahead and check pile number 1. If you were pile number 1, you've got the 9 of emotions. So let's see what energies are coming through for pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, what I'm seeing is this energy is that I can do this all by myself. What was it? It's a song, I can do that all by myself. What? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on what song that is? But I'm remembering that. I can do this. I'm a boss. I can do this all by myself. So there's a real energy about you, pile 1, whoever gravitated towards pile 1, that like I can do this all myself. And I do see that you have the capabilities, but the lesson here, and I do see perfume here, so maybe some of you may be thinking about perfume related things. This carries a very entrepreneurial energy to it. And remember, we are looking at all of this in terms of spiritual service, but it could also relate to something else in your life. But I do see a real entrepreneurial energy, but the lesson here is Spirit is saying no man is an island in and of himself or herself, right? You're going to be moving into a space where a state or a stage, that's the best word. You're going to be moving into a stage of whatever it is that you're doing that will call upon you to expand and ask for assistance from other people. Why? Because you're not equipped to see everything. Much like someone would most likely have to hire an accountant because they're not financially inclined, right? Or hire a plumber because they're not good with the pipes, or they don't understand the plumbing system well, right? You're going to be doing whatever it is that you're doing entrepreneurial. You have to recognize entrepreneurially, you're going to have to recognize that you need other people to, wait for it, to help you make your wish come true, help you make your dreams come true. So you have to start asking, what does that mean for you? Does it mean to delegate? Does it mean to decentralize, which is very similar in meaning, right? Does it mean to rely upon other people? Because I bet that some of you may think that it means to take orders from other people, and so that is a quick heads up that you need to. I'm hearing the words refurbish, so that's for somebody, but you need to renovate. Oh, that's another word. Okay, I'm trying to say something else. You need to refine or redefine, rather, the way that you look at this situation. What does it mean to ask for help? Okay, so that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, let's take a look here. If you're pile number 2, I'm seeing the star card here. For pile number 2, I'm feeling that you are going to have to pare down a lot of things. So some of you may actually, I want to say, suffer a few setbacks or suffer some losses as it relates to some project you're doing or spiritual service or something that you'd like to get into. But the thing here is that don't look at it as, oh my God, I'm losing everything, I'm losing myself. You're not going to lose yourself, number 1. And number 2, think of it as minimizing. So you're being called to become more minimalistic, to release things, to allow yourself to the word I'm getting, and I don't know why, is to be engendered, okay? And they're not giving more about that. That's just the sentence and the way it's being presented. So I'm going to just say it as is. But when you unencumber yourself, that's the feeling here. When you unencumber yourself, or when the universe unencumbers you, which is really how this is going to go, it allows you to be more open to receive. Remember, we can actually see far. Just like how if you're out on a clear day, you could see really as far as the eye can take you. But on a non-clear day, what stops you is, well, things in the atmosphere, all sorts of things that could limit your vision, smog, fog, just whatever. And so much like our energy fields, when we have things blocking us, things that are in the way, old wounds, low self-worth, conditioning, all sorts of things, even just the collective energies that are around you that really don't even belong to you, those can block us as well. So the beautiful thing about becoming unencumbered is that it allows you to see energetically further. Your clairvoyance will develop, your other clairs as well. You're just going to be a better steward of your intuitive faculties. I also heard emotions, better steward over your emotional faculties as well. All right, so in a nutshell, to help you be optimistic, which you're going to have to be, group 2, a man who has nothing, a man who has nothing to lose has everything to gain, okay? Or a person who has nothing to lose has everything to gain. So don't get down about any losses that you may encounter, okay? I almost said encumber, you see? See how they're going? All right, group 3. The minute I picked it up, you saw I just wanted to put it back down. I don't know what this is, but it's a page of emotions. Think about that as a page of cups. So for some of you, something is going to come in, and it's almost, it's like it comes in, and it's almost like you change your mind about it. It could be a person, place, thing, or situation. Again, we're looking at the spiritual service and whatnot. So this could be about partnership that comes in and then you release. It's something that you fancy at one moment and then you get disgusted with at the next moment. Now, you being disgusted with this thing, I have to be honest, may actually be as a result of you being disgusted with the self, all right? You being disgusted with yourself. And so that's something to understand. But at the same time, because it's always the inner job. At the same time, whatever this process is that you started and then you pulled back from is helping you to lay an egg. It's helping you to give birth to something new. And the whole thing is and I don't know if this is a good thing or a not so good thing. I'm not getting a read yet. But whatever you're giving birth to is going to turn some people off. So just be mindful of that. and I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing or not so good thing, because if it's a good thing, it's in the sense like, oh, I learned a lesson here. It changed my constitution. It changed the way I see things, the way I move throughout the space, the way I make decisions. And whenever you start to make decisions in a new way, it serves to let things, people, places, things, and situations that are in alignment and in accordance with that level of reasoning in, and it tends to ward away those who fall out of alignment with it. So it can be a good thing. But at the same time, if you're making decisions and giving birth to things, creating things that may not carry a high signature or whatnot, it could also ward people away. So you want to be mindful. I'm not necessarily getting a read on which one it is, because you guys who choose pile 3, you're going to have you're drawn together for the universal dynamic, which is this push and pull thing that I'm talking about. But the details will be different. Okay. I do see some advice for. Oops. I'm sorry. I keep doing that. Some advice for those of you who I needed that laugh. Some advice for those of you who choose pile 3 is that watch your arrogance. Okay, be mindful of any arrogance that you may be carrying with you or experiencing, because that also could be a factor in pushing people away. And I do hear some kickback from some of you right now. I'm hearing the voices. Yeah, well, I have to, it may come across as arrogance, but I have to be selective. I have to be proactive is the word I'm getting, in protecting my dreams and protecting the things that I want to have result. And of course, whenever you're manifesting, whenever you're doing something, you definitely want to make sure that you are protecting what it is that you're doing. And so for some of you, it really, the dynamic that we're seeing here is just you kind of going radio silent about what it is that you're doing, and that in and of itself wards people away because they think, oh, there's nothing going on here, right? So again, that's an example of how this energy can play out, and in that case, it's not a negative thing, right? So just be mindful of that. Maybe you, more than any of the piles that we've drawn so far, group 3, you will need to monitor your emotions this month, because and that makes sense. Anytime we're involved in the creative process, we want to make sure we're doing that. Be mindful so arrogance doesn't slip in. Be mindful so just be mindful so that you can guide the energies in a positive way. I do feel music is going to be good for you as well. Okay, so make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good music that soothes the soul. I literally heard that. Remember that song? Is it? I like this old time rock and roll. Remember that song? The kind of music that soothes my soul. Okay, I don't remember the pitch, but anyway, so watch what it is that you're surrounding yourself with. All right, I just also got the energy of oatmeal, so that's a symbol for somebody. God bless you, bless your buttons. I also got a bow tie there for somebody. Doesn't have to be red, but I did see a red one. Oh my god. That's so funny. I have a red bow in my hair right now, but so maybe I'm also in this group as well. But just make sure you guys are watching yourself. I also see a performative aspect for some of you in group 3, so having fun is what they're saying. Lighten up. All right, let's look at group 4. Wow, group 4, scorpionic energies right off the bat. I just got this card. This is the High Priestess card that's coming through, but I just got a blast of Scorpio energy. Now, you don't actually have to be a Scorpio, but it just went, we were just in some other energy, and then we're now down here in a very scorpionic way. I don't know how to explain that, because we're just reading energies here, right? It's like the music stopped. They started, they're laughing. They're like, yeah, the music we were hearing, it's like, now it's just not there anymore. It's just mute, right? Let me take a look at these. with this card, I'm just feeling movement into the ethers. So if you selected pile 4, I'm getting a few things. The first energy I'm getting is watch your car. For some of you, be mindful of your car. Watch your car, maybe when you're driving, maybe use common sense is what they're saying. Oh, they're also talking about promiscuity in this group. So obviously they're not saying, yay, promiscuity. Okay. They're saying, stop. Stop it. All right. Watch for it. Okay. Is what they're saying. Let's see. There's something that needs to come through for you. I'm getting a little bit of a blockage. It's not even a blockage so much in the third eye. It's just that there's energy that's going to be coming up and out for you, for your use and your awareness and your, gosh, I heard the word condescension. That's interesting how that, but it's not here yet. It's not here yet. It's kind of giving me a little bit of an overlapping energy with group 2, although group 2, you're not necessarily carrying that energy that I was just, that scorpionic, that like a nether energy. Let's just put it that way. And it's not a bad energy. It's just like, you know how, well, there's the sun and then there's like the underworld. It's not even the moon. It's the underworld. Now we're in the underworld. It's darker. It's velvety. It could even, I'm seeing auburn colors. It's just a different vibe. It's the, oh, black velvet, would you please, or if you please, or whatever it is. Remember that song? Black velvet and something, some song. That slow southern something, I don't know. To your knees, black velvet. Is it would you please or if you please? Anyway, now I'm just dating myself, but you guys know, that song. That's what I'm getting off of here. But the reason why card 2 or pile 2 is pulled in is because you see, it's almost like this sun is just coming straight out of her third eye. Even though this is the star card, right? But look, see right here, we've got this energy also inside, but it hasn't arrived yet. It hasn't arrived yet. So if you selected pile 4, there were those issues that they were talking about. I also see some school issues for some of you. So some of you may actually have children. I'm just feeling to do this for some reason. Some of you may actually have children school age. So, I'm just seeing issues that you need to deal with, like school bus issues, logistics, stuff like that. But this period for you in the month of February, if you chose pile 4, is going to carry with it a little bit of an inward discovery phase. You're going through a discovery phase right now, and you're still so internal, but eventually the energies are going to come up and out, right? It's going to, when that awareness, when you start to exude this energy, it will be as a result of you gathering your awareness. But right now you haven't gathered it as yet. So I do see that there's a lesson that has not come to fruition for you. You're going through a lesson, but you haven't learned what it is yet, is what I'm getting. So that's for you, my dear, whoever you are, for pile 4. Okay. Aw, look at my card. Remember, they pulled a card for me. 5 of Cups, a grief card. Yeah, heck yeah. January sucked. Sorry. Keeping it 100 on that. Yeah, it really sucked, okay? Really sucked. But I'm also seeing, let me see. If some of you feel like you gravitate towards this card as well, I'm seeing chewing gum for somebody here. So that's to bring you in on this energy as well. There's a little bit of, there's giving the word mockumentary here, okay? So there's and graphic novel here. So the 5 of emotions or 5 of cups is the grief card, right? But what I'm seeing here is a little bit of a milking it for what it's worth, a little bit of a It's like comedic at this point. Whatever this thing is, it's just comedic at this point. It's dramatic. It's a mockumentary kind of situation. I do see almost like I'm getting two readings. One is it's kind of like it's behind you, but at the same time, what was the other energy? It just came up. I'm getting like gas, pumping the gas for some reason. Okay, so that's for somebody here, at least one person, at least me. And of course, I don't know exactly how it relates yet because we're still in February. But all right, so these were the energies that I love how they made us do it. What do you call it? Pick a card in the middle of the reading, right? But that's what came through, and there's a reason for it. But let's get back to the general energies here, and hopefully I'll try not to pull down my whole camera because I have this lovely cord that is just running here. All right, thank you, Spirit. All right, let's see. Generally speaking, let's unpack February a little bit. Unpack January. See, that's what they're saying. So again, February is going to be a month to really reflect on stuff that went down in January. For some of you, I feel that there was some type of reclamation of the mother energy. So some of you may have actually rekindled with your mother, actually got along with her in January. They're saying February is father time. Okay. So for some of you, you're going to have to be dealing with father issues. Oh, great. Again, I'm seeing this energy of resolution in the month of February. You're contracted. There's a contract for somebody to come in and to help you clear something up, okay? So if you've been going through some stress, again, even as far back as January, even before then, where the energies are just really up in the air, you're having an experience of something being up in the air, I'm getting that you will get this cleared up. There will be clarity. And this is because you've done a lot of good groundwork in setting the foundation for what is to come. So a lot of you may, again, look at this. Wow, you may actually have a real feeling of being, now I never use this word, so this is how I know I'm, but assed out. You're just feeling assed out. Like, who uses, do any of you guys even use that slang? But that's that's what's coming to mind here. You may be feeling like, wow, some losses, like needing to get out of something, get out of somewhere, but then having this feeling of being displaced or placeless or just whatever this is. I'm seeing it's not going to be forever. No way. Because I do see there is going to be help for you to completely nip this in the bud, And they're reminding us that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that's creating this place of feeling, this feeling of being displaced is for a reason. It's for a reason, okay? Now, what is the reason? It's kind of like filtering things out. We did just go through some scorpionic energies, didn't we? Not too long ago, right? Wasn't it the moon in Scorpio? So remember, was it the moon? Was it? No, what? I don't remember. Sorry, I was so caught up in all my drama, I can't even keep track. But we were just, anyway, you astro peeps, you guys know what it was. What was it? Scorpio? Anyway, whatever. Might have been. Anyway, but yeah, so this whole thing has been about filtering things out. But at the end of the day, the baby wasn't going to be thrown out with the bathwater, okay? This was about clearing the energy field, clearing the behavioral patterns, the pathologies from, you and from your space. And about letting something new in and sprucing up whatever is still of value that can stick around. But you're going to get out of this. Look at Archangel Michael. Cute. I love this card. Okay. As I said that, it was 34 minutes, 43 seconds at that 3443. What? Let me just take a quick look at this card. I'm getting that if this reading is for you also, you might actually be called to be of divine assistance to other people. It need not be because you are assisting somebody. It need not be that you're assisting somebody because of something you're going through now. Like, oh, I'm working on this lesson now, so I can help you later. It need not be that at all. It could be just about you being of service. This does seem like a soul contract. So for some of you, I already feel that you already know who it is that you're supposed to be assisting, what it is you're assisting with. I feel that if you haven't started yet already, it's going to be happening. So just be ready for the call. Okay, I do see some wish fulfillment as well. Now, this is a beautiful thing. I feel happy saying this, but you're going to come into a good season of change. Excuse me. And the reason why, simply put, is whatever actions you have been taking, those actions are paying off. They were well laid. Because look at this. Look at this card. This reminds me of the Three of Pentacles card. Teamwork, working together, building. Look, this is showing me you putting one foot in front of the other, you talking to people, putting things into physical motion to create the foundation for something later. And then look at the bottom of this card here, setting the course. Already on it. And underneath, look at this. Whoops. Wish fulfillment, right? Wish fulfillment. And I am noticing that it's falling on top of the lightning card. Whenever I see this lightning card, it gives me tower energies. But in here, it's not giving me a tower energy. It's giving me an energy of activation. And I do feel, for a minute there, I just felt love. For some of you, this is going to lead to, oh my God, stop your lies. No. Because look at the next card. It's like commitment, but look, it's like the love commitment. So for some of you, whatever is going on, it's going to activate you in a way that may make you very open to intimacy, to vulnerability, even for having kids. Some of you here, you might meet somebody, is what I'm getting. Because look at as this lightning comes down, it doesn't blow this tree apart. No, what happens is it creates, look at all these petals, it creates that. And then look at the petals here with the contract. So some of you are going to have some type of wish fulfillment because of the plans that you've laid. So this is why this feels so good. So keep doing what it is that you're doing. But I do want to let you know that you're going to have to, in order to really bring that in and anchor that in, you're going to have to, number one, observe what other people are doing. So I see that you're going to be in an observational period. So let's say if you are going to be coming into a soul contract of your own for romance, they're going to have you first observe other people in romance, observe things so that you can get to learn, right? The second thing is you're going to have to admit that you want romance. I love how this is all about romance now. I'm feeling a medical energy here, so you may, for some of you, this could be about connecting with someone within the medical profession. Of course, this is reading like a romance, but it could also be about pairing you up with a medical professional who's going to be perfect to help you through with whatever medical stuff you've got going on. This could also be a message that you have to admit to the need for medical attention. This is for somebody, obviously not everybody, right? But I'm really getting that one of the things is coming to a place where you admit, yeah, I want somebody. Yeah, I want somebody and I don't know how to go about getting them. And there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of times people they're in this place where they're like, oh, whatever, I don't need anybody. I can do everything myself, whatever. Or every guy's going to hurt me, or every woman is horrible, or, whatever these thoughts are, you've got to get out of that place. And let's be honest. Look, we all could have a career. We all could have friends. We all could do this and that, blah, blah, blah. But it's not a substitute. I don't care who you are and what you say. It is not a substitute for having a significant other. All right? So If you want to be like, I'm focusing on my career, you can do all that. Listen, do you. Do you. But even that's going to get old, because at some point you're just telling yourself these things because you have a belief that you can't have love and you can't have connection, you can't have commitment. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to admit that, hey, I would actually want this to happen. If spirit was like, hey, would you want this? I got something for you. I would say yeah, right? So that's the kind of release that you need to be in during this month. You have to admit to what it is that you want, all right? Obviously, that's not for everybody. Not everyone's going to slide right into a love affair. A love affair. I see somebody here waiting. You're in two worlds. You want love, but you're still waiting on something in the past that's not going to be beneficial for you. I'm feeling if this is you, chances are whatever you're waiting for is just keeping you stuck. I'm just getting a car salesman energy around that. So maybe somebody that you know may be connected to a dealership of some sort, or it's just like spirit is like, get out of that state. Get out of that state of mind. Or even if it's literally a state that they want you to vacate, like move out of a certain state, you'll know if that's for you. Because I'm like, why did they say state? You got to get out of that state of being. All right? No more half in, half out. I want happiness, but I'm still waiting for this person to text me back, or this person to say they want me, or for this person to literally say they don't want me. They're treating me like they don't want me, but they haven't said no yet, so I'm going to just keep hanging on. And it's like, just let it go. For some of you, you see your I'm getting a sisterly energy. You may witness your sister or a sisterly figure going through that energy, and now you've picked up that pattern. Look, just because other people are struggling and going through it with their relationships doesn't mean you have to also, right? So please be mindful. It's time to get to work, is what Spirit is saying. It's time to get to work. It's time to call upon your angels, your guides, your higher self to help you to navigate the paths ahead of you. Because I'm getting here that for some of you, you have multiple paths opening, but the fallacy here that you have to watch is that you believe that you have to, the word I'm getting is succumb. Interesting. You have to succumb to one of those paths when altogether you may not even need to be on any of those paths. Look at how we have paths unknown. There are 3 paths open before her, and so she's thinking she's got to choose one instead of thinking, hey, bump that. I'm just going to jump in that flying ship, and that's it. I don't even need to worry about these paths, right? But Spirit is saying the problem is that, and this is very, very significant what I'm going to say, so make sure that you listen up, because they're having me call you all your attention. If you walked away, come back. They're saying the problem that a lot of us are having is that we forget, hey, we can't see around corners, and we forget that, hey, our spirit team can. So why don't we ask our spirit team for help? Why don't we call them in and let them help us with what it is that we need help doing? Call upon them, pray to them, ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, whoever, ask your ancestors, ask your higher self to help you. Because look at this guy. He's out of the woods now. He's out of the woods. Guess who helped him get through? Yeah. You know who. So anyway, that's what Spirit is saying. They know how to help. I'm seeing a key coming up for somebody. There's a key coming up. Now, what does the key signify? Magic is what I'm getting. Manifestation. Of course, it could be a key to a new home, a new car, a new whatever. But I'm getting key as in terms of magic, manifestation, initiation for some of you. This is about receiving something of a higher service, they're saying, so that you may gain access to something higher than where you are now. The problem is, there's always a problem, right? The problem is some of you are being given it and you're not accepting it. You're turning it away. So and that turning something away is ancestral for some of you. I'm seeing that that's a generational thing. So, oh my gosh. Look at what I pulled. The romance card again, right? It's an ancestral thing. Some of you have generational issues that stop you from being able to let love in. All of a sudden, all your ears perk up. You have to let love in. So they're saying get on board, pun intended, get on board with making something of yourself. Get on board with doing something more. Get on board with saying yes. Say yes. Oh my, guys, really? Really? All right? Get on board with it. Okay? So stop pushing love away, because whatever steps you've been taking recently those steps have really been laying the groundwork for you to step into partnership, is what I'm seeing. So you see, part of what blocks us from stepping into partnership is that we have stuff we need to clear up, and we have to make decisions that lead us to being able to do that. But at the same time, we also have to make sure that we're not allowing our old stuff, our old generational curses, as we'd say, our old low self-worth and patterns. We can't allow those to keep making us miss the boat. So the boat literally comes when somebody, says hello and they present themselves to you and you talk yourself out of it, or you don't follow up when they give you their contact. What is this card here? The Ark of the Covenant. Okay, I love this card. Let's take a look at it together. Isn't it cute? Oh, hold on, let me, whoopsies. Let's see if I can, does that help focus it? Anyway, it's just such a nice card. So let me go ahead, 46 minutes, 46 seconds. And, it's lesson time, that's why. 46 minutes, 46 seconds, that's 10 and 10, lesson completion. And here you are on the number 11 card. And you heard my throat give out for a quick second there. Because it's the end of a lesson time. This is about you connecting with your guides. This is about you connecting with your guides to show them, to tell them what it is that you've learned. Think about it as a debriefing. Think about it as, yeah, sure, you can think of it as a dissertation defense, right? No, about your, oh gosh, what is the word for that? I've got my, oh God, there's a word. It starts with a C. Anyway, but it's like your defense. So they'll ask you, what you learn? What do you think this lesson was all about? Did you master it? What grade would you give yourself? How do you feel you what's the word that's coming? It's coming, but it's not coming. How do you feel you, gosh, hold on, guys. Gosh, came in so quickly and then it left. How do you feel you did? Let's just say it that way. Fared, thank you. How do you think you fared in this lesson? And it's not a judgmental thing. It's not, they wouldn't be judging you because they've already made their assessments, right? That's the most we could say about judgments. It's assessments. They've made their assessments, but part of that is about asking you, because a lot of lessons really come down to awareness. When a lesson is done well, you come into more awareness. And it's almost like if you have really learned the lesson, whatever it is that's for you, it just better serves you to align with somebody. All right, is what I'm seeing. And for some of you, there is somebody in your field. They might not be the one. Okay, that's for somebody here, or at least one person. They're giving me the word rotor-rooter. Remember? Rotor-rooter. So many songs. Anyone remember that? Yeah, anyway. Must be over this age to ride this ride, right? All these things that just date me. But yeah, rotor-rooter, that's to help you. That was like a symbol. Also, tortilla chips is a symbol for somebody else, right? When they just said you may be with somebody and they may not be the one. Okay, but anyway, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so they just said that. Wow, lots coming through in February. I thought it was going to be more just straightforward, but it looks like it's just yeah, a lot of a lot just coming in. Also, in the month of February, a lot of you guys might find yourself kind of yeah, didn't I say Four of Swords? Four Swords, yeah, Four Swords, temporary rest. I heard taking up residence, though. Some of you may be taking up residence somewhere, but I do see that it's going to be a month of temporary rest for some of you, where you can get a little time out. I see you being creative, going into creative pursuits for yourself. Before being called out to service again, whatever it is that you need to do, creative pursuits. I also see that the month of February is a good month for you to redefine yourself. Now, this redefinition of self is not necessarily external, it's internal. Like, who are you? Now that you've come this far, what are your principles? What do you stand for? What would you like your legacy to be known as? Who do you want those of the future generation? Oh, who do you want yourself to be seen as by those of the future generation? I'm also seeing some computer energies, interestingly, but as soon as you're done with all of these assessments and all of these all of this debriefing, especially with your guides, I see that yeah, you're going to have a lesson completion. This is a great completion. So we're coming up to a lot of karmic completions right now. So I know a lot of you must have been going through it recently, because it was helping to bring to a close some really old generational stuff, old karmic stuff, old conditioning, and it's almost like the red carpet or this golden parchment will be laid out. Why? And that, what does that mean? That means new contracts coming in, elevated frequencies. Why? Because you've laid the groundwork. Anyway, laid the groundwork for something wonderful to come in. All right. So February, to sum up, seems like it's a little bit all over the place, but not necessarily so. February is going to be a time of timeout. Doesn't mean things aren't going to be frenetic or things aren't going to be happening, but it's going to be a time where there's going to be time out. You could even go so far as to say there'll be moments of hermit energies for you, in which you can be creative. You can sit and reflect. You can muse. Some of you can read a nice book or two. May I suggest The Alchemist, because it just popped into my mind. So that's for some of you there. I do feel that love has a potential to come in for reals, because of the good work that you've been doing. If you've been going through a tough time, I do feel that you're going to meet somebody who's going to, doesn't even have to be romantic, this next part I'm saying, but who's going to help you by contract, like for reals. This is someone who's destined to come in. This is not a free will thing. They're coming. They're going to come in to help you wrap up some old stuff that has been plaguing you. The guides are reminding us to call upon them, call upon your angels and your guides, your ancestors, call upon them, ask them questions. And it's almost like answer them back too when they ask you questions, right? Try to listen, because they're going to weed you out, is what they're saying. Oh, excuse me. Because some of you are caught up in some stuff. This two-world thinking, this multifaceted way of being. No, that's fragmentation. They're going to be weeding you out of some harsh energy. So please remain open to that. What else, guys? Yeah, other than that, February is, it's here. It's coming. All right. Any last questions from you guys before I close up shop? It's funny, shop. They keep saying shop, and then they just said that. So for somebody, a shop is also la tienda is what I'm getting. La tienda is what I'm hearing. So yeah, this is for somebody here. Okay. Any questions, you guys? Yes. I'm just gonna get quiet for a second so I can hear. No questions. Okay. Although I did feel some energies. I felt football for some of you. So, are you guys anyone watching football these days? Um, it's in the air as well, right? It's a collective consciousness. So look what I just did. I got quiet. Yeah, they want me to share that. I got quiet to listen for your questions, and things were occurring to me. I didn't get any questions because you guys didn't ask any, but I did hear something about babysitting, though, if I'm keeping that 100. But if that's you, you can reach out to me and I'll see what the answer is for you. Something about babysitting. um, but I was able to pick up on some energies in the field. There were quite a few. I can't remember it, but I do remember the football energy. So anyway, love you guys. Hope it wasn't too all over the place. You can go back and listen and do your thing. And as with all of the monthly energies, don't forget to come back, say mid-month, and listen to this reading again, because it will most likely make more sense, because some time will have passed and you will have started to see some manifestations, and it might have a greater context for you, okay? All right, so anyway, if you're looking for a personal reading or to have an energy healing session with me, please do check my Etsy page. Remember, the energy healing sessions are live, all right, via Zoom, and those are usually fun. So, and they're quicker, actually. The energy healing sessions can be done within um, maybe a few days. It's just a matter of scheduling you, because it's like a phone call, video chat. But the readings can take up to 2 weeks. It's just the way the energy is flowing right now. All right, so love you guys. Super bear hugs. If you have any questions, hit me up. Deuces.